Hello everyone and welcome to day 223 of Project 365. First of all, I would like to send out my condolences to all of those who were reminded of the individuals that were lost today in the 9/11 attacks. For you guys, I'm sure this is a very tragic day, but also a great day of remembrance, and for that I would like to hold a special moment of silence. Alright, with that out of the way, first of all, I would like to say that I'm happy that the priest decided not to have a burn the Quran day. Um, I'm glad that he was able to change his mind about the whole issue. And he didn't really change his mind, he was more asking the owners of Parkway 45 or 51 or whatever, he was asking more for an apology that they were trying to build something so close to hallowed ground. Um, and while I do think 9/11 was a great tragedy, I do think at a certain point it's time to move on and move forward instead of bearing a grudge. I think that doesn't really lead to progress. I mean, hell, with my abusive history with my father, I could still bear a grudge against him, but I've learned to let that go. Um, on 9/11, I wasn't really doing anything particularly special. I remember waking up and everyone watching the TV and being upset, but that was it. Um, it really had no bearing on me whatsoever. I didn't have any family there, and I didn't really know anyone in the area, so it wasn't really a huge issue for me. It was a huge issue in the sense that everyone else around me had a huge issue with it. But at the time, I was only in fourth grade. No, fifth grade. Fifth grade. No, fourth grade. Well, whatever. But at the time, I was only in elementary school, and so things like this didn't really have a bearing. And especially at the time, there was huge issues going on with my family, and so I was always sort of curious, like, why are people making such a big deal about this? Um, but then I remember going to school and having to write a poem and stuff like that. And I sort of just realized, wow, this really is a big deal and that there's something really wrong going on here. Um, and yeah, I mean, I wish I could say more about it. I wish I could say it had affected me greatly, but it didn't. It held no bearing on my life. It didn't shape my political ideologies. It didn't shape my religious views. It simply happened. And I know that's a depressing thing to admit, but it's something that I have to admit because I can't sit here and say, well, yeah, it had a huge effect on me when it didn't. And I know that sounds heartless, and I know that sounds really bad, but it's true. So my question for you guys today is, where were you, or what were you doing during the 9/11 attacks, and how did it make you feel? Did it affect you any, or was it just sort of something with me, like me, where it just was something that happened, and it didn't really particularly affect you in any way? All right, that's it for today, guys. I hope you guys have a good day, and once again, my condolences to all those who lost either family or friends in the 9/11 attacks, or to those who lost family or friends in the concurring war, well, not the concurring, but the consequent war. That was a war that shouldn't have been fought, and those lives lost are also a great deal of tragedy. All right,